Okay. All right. Hello. Hello, everyone. Sorry about the delay. Having audio issues. It's some weird staticky stuff that happens once in a while when my headphones do something. I'm assuming they're, getting disconnected. But all that aside, hopefully that won't plague us throughout the rest of the night, and we can continue on Onderon, Star Wars: Knights of the Old Republic 2. All right. So, in case anyone missed last time, I want a quick recap. We finished talking with the Mandalorians. We got Mandalore, who might be familiar, at least his voice might be familiar to some people. We got him taking us to Onderon, which is undergoing some political turmoil. There is a military general, General Baklu. I think it's general. Regardless, military versus politician. We have the Queen, who I mean, if you've seen this at all, is the relatively light side kind of person, whereas the Vaklu's men are these folks, these very kind-looking fellows covering their faces. And if we've learned anything in the last couple of years, it's that people who cover their noses and mouths are the most trustworthy that you'll find. They're not, by the way. That's really untrue.
We're gonna have to find another source of cheap fuel now that Paragus is gone.
This guy's having a
The
spasm.
Republic assaulted our space forces. Forget about secession. We should declare war.
Oh, great. Great. False flag. I love false flags. I was talking about agent provocateurs last week, which is one of those psyop type operations. In the context of a journalist being accused of being an agent provocateur, and I pointed out that the term was being slightly misused, because properly used, an agent provocateur is someone who infiltrates a group or infiltrates some setup. Oh, General Vaklu would cut himself off from many planets of the Republic. This is foolish. In solitude, no civilization prospers. Correct. You don't understand the people of Onderon. They're proud and have fought many adversaries to get where they are, mostly by themselves, too. They have given much to the Republic, and see little in return. General Vaklu believes independence would be in Ice's best interest. But Republic fight battles to free Onderon from Mandalorian warriors. Should be thankful. Queen Talia is young, but looks after her people. She should be honored. The Mandalorians would never have been on that moon if it weren't for Exar Kun, and he was a fallen Jedi. I think General Vaklu is right. We see a bit of the political difference here, but what I was saying about agent provocateurs, let me finish that thought first, and then I'll move on to this political situation here. Agent provocateur is a common technique sort of used in psyops and psychological operations by intelligence and counterintelligence organizations like CIA and such. Or not even necessarily, this can be a private thing too, where you insert someone into a situation on the bad guy side, or on the side that you want to portray as the bad guys, and the agent provocateur will start shit, basically. That is the kind of quick version of it. They will act like you want to portray the bad guy group as acting, hoping to set off a sequence of events. A good example of an agent provocateur is Ray Epps. I really hope my channel doesn't disappear because I say this, but Ray Epps, the guy from the January 6th thing, he was the guy who the night before was rallying up the crowd and saying, "We've got to go into the Capitol tomorrow," and everyone was just chanting "Fed" at him because he was a Fed. Also, you'll note he wasn't charged with anything, unlike a lot of people. But that's essentially the practice. You'll put somebody within an organization that you want to villainize to misbehave, and to get other people to misbehave with him. And so somebody like Ray Epps goes in, charges into the Capitol with the doors wide open, etc., and get a whole bunch of people to do likewise. And so basically you're baiting the net, first of all baiting the trap, and then getting the first person to swim in, and then the school will follow. It's an exploitation of crowd dynamics, which they didn't really portray in this, and they could have, maybe. It would have been a little bit sophisticated for the storytelling in this game, but it would have been cool to see. As far as this here goes, this is a bit of a different issue. This is a an independence versus isolationism kind of debate. So the debate isn't so much about Republic good versus Republic bad, so much as it seems to be um, Republic bad on the Twi'lek side, on the General Vaclu side, and the Republic loyalist side isn't so much yay Republic, hey cat, isn't so much yay Republic as it is that Onderon should be part of the galactic community. And so what we have here is oddly um, a very strange Overton window. I think is a good debate, right? A good debate to be had in this context at least. Between, well, should we make our own way, which is dangerous and has significant downsides to that isolationism, or should we and in so doing withdraw from the galactic government, which maybe that's a good idea because the galactic government is corrupt, disintegrating, and responsible for a lot of bad things. Or do we reintegrate with that galactic government and have the benefits of intergalactic trade or interplanetary trade and the protection afforded by the Republic and all of that stuff? um, Now, there's a third option, which is cut off either by the limited imaginations of the people discussing the matter, um, or cut off by sort of practical necessity, which is withdrawing from the galactic government but participating with the galaxy, still acting and interacting within the galaxy. In other words, the Republic and non-Republic aligned worlds, both just interacting with them peaceably, but non-politically, which is a viable alternative. Right? That's how international relations typically work. Basically, it would be Onderon declaring their sovereignty, but not their isolation. And so this is this is kind of the space Ron Paul position, right? This is where Ron Paul had a brilliant line about this, that people call him calling libertarians like Ron Paul isolationist is like saying that you're a hermit because you don't trespass on your neighbor's property and throw rocks through their windows. Well, no, you're not. You're not a hermit. You still interact with people. You hang out with your neighbors. It's just you don't go start wars with them, or against, either way. And so it's a kind of, if you want to call it isolationism, it's a merely military isolationism rather than a commercial and cultural isolationism. And that part can get severely detrimental. Um, why Wakanda makes no damn sense, because isolated communities like that, severely and intentionally isolated communities like that, do not develop very quickly, or really at all. They stagnate, and so that is a danger for Onderon if they were to cut themselves off. But there is no, but there's also the possibility, of course, that this third option as well could be cut off by the Republic. The Republic will simply not let them secede, yet uh, continue to peacefully interact, which is what we've seen before in cases of secession. I mean, think the American Civil War. Right? The United States did not allow the Confederacy to peacefully secede, regardless of their motives for it, which primarily bad. Um, there was some okay stuff, but primarily bad. But regardless, um, the United States did not allow these territories to secede and form their own peaceful cooperative unions, which is what may, of course, be happening here with the Republic. They might only have the options of integration with the Republic or isolationism because the Republic will cut them off, and that is a nasty choice to have to make, and that choice being primarily the Republic's fault. So, in most Star Wars games, especially this era, especially particularly the old Republic era, I tend to be fairly pro Republic in terms of the sort of galactic politics. But there are cases where the Republic has this overreach problem that they really develop to a really, to a significant degree by the time of the Clone Wars. Because that's what the Clone Wars was about. It was a secession crisis. And it was exacerbated, or really just prompted entirely, by the Republic not allowing the Confederacy of Independent Systems to form, or the individual star systems to break away and form their own sovereignties, broadly speaking. Galactic politics is a fascinating thing to me about Star Wars. Really well fleshed out, which is why I think the world building in Star Wars, especially in the old EU, is just spectacular. And now there's issues with it, and there's some ham-fisted stuff here and there that comes up sometimes, but generally I think they do a very, very good job. Way better than a lot of the new stuff, which has some cool things. I haven't seen Andor yet, but I plan to, actually. I've heard a lot of good things about it. And I've heard that maybe that does a good job of portraying the Empire as being a stable government, or something resembling a stable government when the Emperor is not interfering. But in general, there's been a lot of very not particularly well thought out galactic political situations in the new canon. All right, I love that you can't just say, to hell with the Republic, you should do your own thing. But I do want to ask them about each of the two parties. So, what do you think of Queen Talia? Talia works with the Republic. She rules peacefully and is popular with the people. Her intentions are good, I admit, but those close to power see the mistakes she makes. Nobles, high-ranking military, they all support General Vaglu. She doesn't have the experience of governing, which Isis needs in these times. I don't know much about General Vaglu. Vaglu lies. He twists words and tries to take heart of people away from their rightful queen. He is Shuta. He's a war hero, leader of the resistance during the Mandalorian Wars, a man of vision with experience. He may not tell all the truth, but he works with the best interests of the people. Many realize this. He would start a war to oust the queen. The suffering he would bring is wrong. Well, I know who they trust more. That's a dumb question. There would be deep consequences if Onderon secedes from the Republic. And again, all of that in mind, the stuff that we were just talking about, those consequences, some of which are natural and some of which are imposed by the Republic. The Republic is ailing. Independence may serve many planets better. In a time of need, we should lend aid. Wars hurt Republic, but Republic protected us all. For future conflict, government will protect again. Alright, well. Who do you trust more? I mean, I know what the answer. Woman asks a good question. I don't trust Vaglu. He lies to people. Has caught in them before. Talia is honorable. Question is unfair. Sometimes leaders know things the rest of us can't know. I may not trust everything he says or his people say, but he is a man of honor. He never breaks a promise. But if you can't trust your leader's words, then how can you trust their motives? Human, sentient, what do you think? I also confess I'm curious what you think. Okay. Yeah, so the Deveronian seems wildly too trusting of the Republic, and and to a degree of Queen Talia, but more so of the Republic. That's fairly naive of him, and the Twi'lek is right about that. But the Twi'lek, by contrast, seems all too willing to trust General Vaglu, who he knows he can't trust. That is basically like what I have been saying for years, openly on this channel, that if you trust a politician, you're an idiot. You should not trust what politicians have to say, especially when they're campaigning. That is, and if you do, and especially if you know that you shouldn't but do anyway, well, what you're functionally doing is intentionally deceiving yourself. You are luring yourself into a trap and then trapping it on yourself, springing it. It's like, again, to go to use a war example, say in geopolitics, earthly geopolitics, it's like if you said, well, okay, fine, we know that the intelligence community has very often lied about the capabilities of our enemies. So, like weapons of mass destruction in Iraq, talking about the the various false flag operations and things like that throughout the Middle East, and the supplying both sides and all that. Yeah, I know the U.S. government and the military and the military industrial complex and the CIA and the intelligence community. I know that they're untrustworthy, but they really think that we should support this war in Ukraine, guys, and it's the CIA saying it, and it's the FBI, it's the State Department saying it. So we have to trust these institutions, man. I'm just like, you hear yourself? You need to put two and two together here. Like our Twi'lek here is seeing that General Vaklu is is explicitly untrustworthy. He's not sharing things, and he is cracking down on people. And then he says, well, but we've got to trust him because he's honest. But you just got done saying that he was not honest. You saw that, right? It's a kind of cognitive dissonance that a lot of us often have with politics, especially with politicians that we tend to like. No, I'm not immune to it. I'm all too willing, perhaps, at least, especially recently, I will say, I'm all too willing to overlook the various flaws of somebody like Ron DeSantis, our own governor down here in Florida, and he's sure got those flaws, and those flaws I think would only metastasize if he got federal office, more so than at the state level, because he's I tend to think, at least in the past, he's been fairly neoconservative and sort of Bush Republican-ish in terms of foreign policy, which doesn't affect the state level governance at all, and so it's more or less fine. But get that on the national stage, and especially running for president, that could be a big issue. But I'm far too often, perhaps, I think probably far too often, willing to overlook the faults and issues because it does a lot of things, it does a lot of good things, especially in comparison to a lot of other politicians. I mean, it's not like great, but it's way better than most governors. And so that there's that, yes, my guy, I will overlook his faults and his flaws. We're all tempted to this, even the most principled among us. All right, so trusting your leaders is crucial. Baku sounds capable and with ambition. Yeah, Queen is Onderon, the rightful ruler. Deposing her would be treason. Okay, fair. The Republic has taken advantage of Onderon. A little revolution now and again can be a good thing. Okay, fair enough. I think Mitra is more interested in keeping the peace, maintaining stability, and I think generally a good stability. And I know that again, Talia is by far the better choice in almost every way. And I think this actually fits better with how I've been playing as well too. Queen is Onderon's rightful ruler. Deposing her would be treason. It would also like wildly destabilize everything in a lot of really nasty ways. So yeah, let's go with that. I agree with you, Human Scented. Queen Talia has good thoughts and instincts. She will be a great leader. Let us discuss this further at the cantina. Thank you for the conversation, Human. Alright, see you guys. And,
I'm quite busy right now. Perhaps later we could talk.
I'm going to switch weapons because I don't want to run in here and everyone be like, ah, yes, hello, Jedi. That seems like it could be dangerous. I have a better blaster than this. No. Rifles. Not bad. Nah, I'm gonna keep the Disruptor, I guess. It's low damage, but it's unstoppable. It's high crit threat. Good attack modifier. It ignores defense rating. That's fine.
There must come a time when the Queen bows to the will of the people. The Republic has brought nothing but war and death. In our 50 years of flying their colors, we have had more war than the past millennia. Back General Vaklu in his effort to make her see reason. We do not need the Republic. They need our resources, our world, and our blood. For all that we have given, now we get nothing. The Republic is weak and falling apart. Its Jedi, whose fallen brethren have brought such misery to us, have disbanded. Let's be the first world to take our future into our hands. Are you with me?
Who? Me?
Yes, you! It is up to each and every one of us to turn the tide, to take control of our future.
Not my concern. This isn't my home planet.
Leave here, off-worlder. My words are meant for the sons and daughters of Onderon.
I see how it is.
Your type continues to plunder our world, and we have nothing to show for it. Be gone!
I
That's
see
enough,
how it is.
Ponlar. If you keep this up, you're going to spend time in detention. You're coming awfully close to treason.
You can't silence me forever, soldier, but I'll keep my peace. For now.
Okay.
These are dangerous times. People like Ponlar aren't making it any easier.
Unnecessary observation. And no.
Okay, we get it. Yep.
Failing master.
There we go. That wasn't so bad. What is that? Droid Sirs. Improve rapid shot. Ooh, it gives you master rapid shot right away. Wow. Wow. That's actually pretty good. Cool. That could be really handy. I don't know who exactly I'd give it to, but maybe. Plus the computer. Access denied. Darn. What do I have with... be security, I guess? Okay, never mind. Meter's great at both of those, so...
I'm quite busy right now. Perhaps later we could talk.
Okay, maybe. Maybe later. Alright, I think this is the way to the cantina and such. Or, hello.
The sky ramp is restricted to military personnel only. Stay clear of here, off-worlder.
What's the sky ramp?
The sky ramp leads to the battlements, and this particular ramp leads straight to the palace itself. No civilians are allowed past this point.
Let me speak to someone in charge.
I'm the one in charge here, off-worlder.
Oh, okay.
If you try to get past me, then you'll have the entire ISIS garrison on you in seconds.
I'm on an important mission. I need to see someone in the palace.
There's no chance of that, off-worlder. The palace is locked down tight, and only authorized personnel are allowed in.
Who are you?
I am Captain Bastuco. I have served loyally in the Onderon military for 20 years.
20 years would mean you were here during the Mandalorian Wars, right?
I was a soldier when the Mandalorians took our world, and I fought in the Resistance. When we drove them from Onderon, I served on the Wall for 10 years after.
You mean after the Jedi drove the Mandalorians from Onderon? The Mandalorians never gave ground to any Onderon soldier.
Such of you could be considered treason. Onderon was responsible for much of the fighting during the last days of the war. Without General Vaklu, the Republic would have fallen.
Really? What do you think of General Vaklu?
General Vaklu is my superior officer, and I respect the chain of command. He kept the Resistance alive when the Mandalorians were destroying our world.
Yeah, Onderon has a habit of resistance like this. I mean, if we think of the other times we see the Onderon in Star Wars canon, particularly in the new canon, because they've really taken a lot from this for Onderon, I will say. Like, look at the thumbnail. That's from the Clone Wars. That's this city, almost 3,000 years later. But when we see Onderon, we see it in in the Old Republic, in the MMO, a few hundred years, 300 years later, I think, from this. And there they are, they're driving off a Sith incursion. Then in the Clone Wars, we see them assaulted by the Separatists, conquered more or less, and the Jedi are training basically an insurgent militia, which is where Saw Gerrera comes from. And then we see the Onderon resistance in the Bad Batch, where again there are resistance members hiding in the wilds outside the city. And then we see them. Do we see them in? We see them in Rebels. I forget if we see Onderon in Rebels. We do see Saw Gerrera several times with his radicals, the partisans, throughout Rebels and then throughout like Rogue One and now Andor. And again, Onderon is this like seed, this little spark of rebellion against occupation and tyranny. Oh, neat! It's a place I like. I like this place a little bit. Can you tell me about the Wall?
The Wall is the barrier between Isis and the Onderon wilderness. For hundreds of years, we kept the city free of beasts and beast rider scum. The greatest honor for an officer is to serve on the Wall. Many aspire to the post, but few are worthy of it.
Why aren't you on the Wall anymore?
I was requested to guard the sky ramp in the merchant quarter.
You don't sound too pleased about your post.
My personal feelings on the matter are irrelevant. I received an order, and I carried it out.
Alright, I'll be going. Okay, let's go to the Western Square. Oh, there are a good many shuttles coming to Isis anymore, especially shuttles without passengers. A good friend works at the starport and noticed this. It raised some questions I've answered. Demetra Surik, last of a dying breed, they say. Too difficult to fight alone, they say. So meet some of my new employees. The bounty on your head will make me and my men extremely wealthy. This is my lucky day. No. Oops. Oof. Hey, look, it's that NPC head that looks like Dave Cullen from YouTube. That guy. This guy down here. Let me zoom in on that. Like Dave Cullen. I don't know who Dave Cullen is. He's actually pretty great. He does, Computing Forever was his main channel. It got nuked a very long time ago. He mostly does, media commentary now. A lot of which is really good. He does a lot of really good analysis of Star Trek, comparing the old and the new, things like that, as well as a bunch of other sort of media criticism type stuff. Good channel, recommend. I'll throw a link in the description, and you'll see. I'll ask you whether you think it looks like him. Have a look.
A lot of credits to be made around here lately, if you have the right skills.
I mean, I do. What? Like nunchuck skills, or?
Some of those alien thugs had a go at you, right? I I don't want to cross you.
Oh, I appreciate that. You're smart.
Beasts are acting up again.
Listen. Pile of trash. With garbage. A broken droid.
Have any work that needs to be done?
Not exactly.
You a writer? Last thing we need is more competition.
I am 1B8D, an automated droid vendor. I have in stock a variety of quality droid components. No refunds, and no haggling. Do you have any interest in my goods?
Let me see if I can rewire you to be a little more helpful.
Warning. Any attempt to interfere with 1B8D's primary function will result in violence.
Oh, okay.
Please back away from this unit's access panel.
Alright, well, if I can't do it with... Wait, hold on. Repair, not computers. It's repair. That's why. Hers is better.
I am one...
Alright, let me try and be helpful.
Reinitializing complete. Greetings. Do you have any interest in my goods?
Who do you work for?
1B8D was built and programmed by Tolos the Trader. 1B8D was built to buy droid components for below base cost value and sell components based on most favorable market conditions. Do you have any interest in my goods?
It's gonna give me dark side points, isn't it? I can earn them back. 1B8D, please give me components for free.
That goes against my primary behavior programming. All items must be sold based on the most favorable market conditions. 1B8D cannot haggle. This is also a part of my primary behavior matrix.
Oh my god. 1B8D, request access market conditions. Change all, multiply by 0.
Market conditions all set to 0. All prices now set to base cost value. Do you have any interest in my goods?
Let's see what you have for sale, I suppose. Wow, yeah, that's handy. Oh, okay, well, it's not like it's not free. It is base cost value. He's no longer overcharging. Molten cannon, that's actually pretty cool. Miscellaneous, what do we have? Hair kits, HK vocabulator, security tunnelers, huh? I need one of those. I need those things. Armor. Toxin emitter. Oh, that's pretty cool. Like armor Mark 1. Nah, nothing really. That actually seems pretty cool, but it's not worth 800.
What's wrong?
Okay. Let's clear off that map first, see where everything is.
This is Dagon Gent's place. He's not the best doctor you'll ever meet, but he's well connected in this city. Doesn't look like he's here right now, though.
You looking for Dagon? You're not gonna find him here.
Where is he?
A soldier captain was murdered at the cantina real good. They got some suspects at the tower. From what I hear, Dagon Gent is one of them.
Oh, great. Mandalore, could Dagon have done this?
He's certainly capable of it, and probably stupid enough to get caught. But we need him, suspicion of murder or not.
Do you think Dagon did it?
Like I would know. Isis is a crazy place right now.
What tower?
It's the turret tower on the other side of the market. Captain Riken is the man to talk to.
Riken, got it. Thanks for the
If
information.
you talk to him, tell him I got his 20 credits.
Okay, some thug outside your house has 20 credits. There's a dead guy in here. A little troubling. Akakai meditation band. Chemicals. Anything else in here of his? Mines. I can't make good mines. Oh, and Mandalore can. Huh. Whoops, I did not mean to make that. My bad.
Ready?
Mandalore can or Mira can. Oh, thousand chemicals. Thermal detonator. Good lord. I have one of them. I need many more chemicals. Can't make rockets though. I thought I could. Using in my party, I thought I could make rockets.
Hard to keep the beasts in line nowadays.
There's something I can help you with?
Probably. If you come inside, you make no problem. Many problems. Let me make sure there are no more. So many problems, Bith, hire me. Go in and drink, no fight or kill. Okay, easy enough. I think I can live with those rules. Simple and straightforward enough. No fight, no kill. Can I jam? Wait. Is Starship Captain or a passenger? Please, if I could have a moment of your time. What do you want? Gormo, tapped into the Twygar. I've been stuck on ISIS for over a week because some of my flaming scoundrels stole my starport visa. And now these idiot guards won't let me pass. My crew is going to leave without me soon. We can't afford to be docked for so long. I don't suppose you have an extra starport visa. Have you tried to explain your situation to the soldiers? No starport visa, no exit, they said. Even when my crew came out and vouched for me, mindless bureaucrats, I tell you, once I get off this rock, I'm never coming back. Yeah, that is a really awful system. I only have mine, and I'm using it. Without a skilled slicer, your starport visa wouldn't help anyway. The visa is key to you alone. I need an open starport visa, just like everyone else here. If you happen to find one, I'll pay for it. A slicer? A very good slicer could strip the identification code from a visa and make it an open one. There's no doubt what happened with my starport visa. A word of wisdom from me to you, guard your visa with your life. You don't want to be reduced to this. There seem to be a lot of people around here that need one. To speak the truth, I don't have a fortune, but I'm a captain struggling to make ends meet. I'm willing to pay you 500 credits if you help find one. How about another captain? You know what's been going on here? I don't know for certain. The military has limited all travel throughout the city. Checkpoints are everywhere and rumors of war. There's no place for me. Alright, I'll be going now. Do you like my lucky? That's a weird way to start a conversation. Everyone seems to wish they could leave this planet. I'm gonna go clockwise, just for simplicity. I'm a welder, right? My name is Kif. Nice to see a friendly face. ISIS has been a hostile place for our kind lately. I want to talk to you about Captain Sulio's murder. I had the misfortune of being here that night. It's very inconvenient. The soldiers were asking me some very pointed questions, which is a no-no in my line of business. What exactly is your line of business? I can tell you're no fan of authority either. Let me share. Most call me a slicer, but I think that sounds too crass. I prefer to think of myself as an expert computer security analyst. I'm the only one in the city who's talented enough to make an open starport visa from a personal visa. I was in the middle of a transaction that night. What do you want to know? Interesting. Do you know Dagon Gent? I recognize him, but that's about it. He doesn't have the qualities I look for in friendship. Meaning, like, he's not sketchy enough? Like, he's not a criminal, or what? I'm not quite sure. I'd like to ask you about something else. Alright, I'll be going. He is a slicer. That might be useful. Do you know anything about Captain Sulio's murder?
Not really. I just started here. I have to get back to work.
Okay.
You can't be the one that fought all those bounty hunters. Only some sort of crazed Wookiee could pull that off.
This room is reserved, off-worlder.
You're a swoop racer, aren't you?
I suggest you leave the room, off-worlder. I've got all the fans I need right here. So go space yourself.
Okay, but wait, hold on. I wanted to ask you questions.
This room is reserved.
I'd like to talk to you about Captain Sulio's murder first.
If you ask me, she got what she deserved. She looked down on us Beast Riders. Good riddance.
Do you know Dagon Kent?
I know his face, that's about it. His office is on Bekel's turf.
Who's Bekel?
She's a Beast Rider like me and our leader. You better never be speaking ill of her, or else.
Okay, I'll go. I'll be going now.
There's got to be something you need. Something you want. I have connections, many connections in the city. I can provide high-quality, unique weapons that you won't be able to find elsewhere. I even have a rare lightsaber crystal. Something you'd never find elsewhere. If you need money, I'll pay you 5,000 credits. All I ask is get me one open starport visa.
What do you need an open starport visa for? Candace, you okay back there?
Don't worry what I'll do with a visa. Maybe I'll just take a vacation. Maybe I just want to visit my mother on Nar Shaddaa. Decent citizens like you really don't want to know what I'm going to do with it.
I have an honest face. You'll answer my question. What do you need the visa for?
You have an honest face. I will answer your question. I need to transport permacrete explosives for the exchange. They're going to use it to take care of some competition and some local authorities. Permanently.
No. Goodbye. Very good use of the Force there. Come on, Candace, please. Oh, sorry. I guess that's a spoiler? That's Candace, if you couldn't tell from the last game. Alright, what about... Here we go. Here's that Dave Cullen face guy.
I thought it was you. I served in the Mandalorian Wars with you. You're a Jedi, right?
You look familiar, too.
I was one of the ground troops. We fought on Daggery Minor together. It was near the beginning of the war. We didn't win that battle.
I remember Daggery Minor.
Enough of the past. The whole galaxy isn't safe for Jedi now, especially here. Onderon has suffered through 3 wars started by fallen Jedi. Do you still serve the Republic?
Not directly anymore. But I try and lend a hand when I'm able.
That's the first good news I've had in months. I was sent by the Republic Senate to investigate certain delicate matters that are happening on Onderon. It's worse than we feared. I have to get to Coruscant to deliver my report. But days before I was planning to leave, they started requiring starport visas.
What was your mission?
I really can't say. The most I will say is stay clear of General Vaklu. His ambition knows no bounds. I believe the people of Isis are absolutely correct. A civil war is brewing. And Vaklu may very well win if I can't get to Coruscant in time.
You might want to travel to Telos as well. There's a Republic representative there.
Thank you for the tip. The journey to Coruscant would be more costly and attract more attention. But there are many freighters bound for Telos.
You can have my visa.
Thank you. But this is a personal starport visa. It is keyed to you and you alone. I appreciate your gesture, but I need an open starport visa. Those are transferable and work for anyone.
Okay, but can I go talk to that slicer over there who can just open mine for me? Couldn't you get a visa?
My mission requires the most extreme caution and delicacy. I don't want to risk going through channels to get a visa. General Vaklu is not above arranging an accident for me. I'm taking a great risk talking to you, but I'm running out of options.
Okay. All right. Meanwhile, can I talk to you about Captain Sulio's murder?
What do you want to know about that night?
An acquaintance of mine, Dagon Gent, is being held by the authorities. I'm trying to get him free.
Dagon Gent didn't do it.
Okay, how can you be so sure?
Because he was with me at the time.
Why didn't you tell the authorities? I know why, but let's humor him.
It's quite simple. Right now, he's accused of murder. If he's convicted, the sentence is death. If he's accused of espionage, let's say assisting a Republic spy, then the penalty for that is death. I'm afraid the Onderonians are quite fond of their death penalty. So if I stood up for him, he'd be trading one death sentence for another. I was with Dagon in his office at the time of the murder. He definitely wasn't involved with her murder.
Angel has got the zoomies on my chair over there. Anyway. I don't suppose anyone else saw you.
We were taking great pains not to be seen, which has a certain irony to it, really. If you can free him, please do. He's been invaluable with his help to the Republic. I only wish there was something I could do to help him.
Assuming we get Dagon free, we're going to have a few private words about this. Together, we fought against the Republic during the Mandalorian Wars.
I don't particularly like the idea that he's working for them now.
Whoa, did he turn off his speakers or something? Whoa, that was... Alright, I'll be going now. Who's this guy?
Nice to meet you, Sentient.
Nico.
Are you interested in a friendly game of Pazak? The deck is warm, the drink is plentiful, and the company amiable. Can I tempt you?
Can I talk about Captain Sulio's murder first?
Foul business, that is. Like most nights, I was here. What do you want to talk about?
You know Dagon Gent?
Know him. He's probably my best friend on this planet. Honestly, he's not a very good doctor, but he is a great drinking companion.
Okay, can I ask you about something else?
I'd much rather talk about something else. Focusing on the negative is no way for a gambler to live.
Alright, well, let's play some Pazak.
We haven't played before, so you should know I don't pull any punches. Every game, I play to win. You prove your mettle, and I might throw in a bonus one of these rounds. But enough of my cautionary advice. Let's play.
Okay. 250? Sure, why not? Yeah, good enough. Good enough deck. Alright, let's go. Ooh, okay. Okay. Jesus. Okay. I'm a little bit ahead. Just because I have more cards left. Do I want to risk it? I'll stand. Tied. Alright, he had to use a card to tie. That's good. I'm 3 cards up on him. And I won. Alright. Alright, I'm doing well. Ooh, not so well, though. Let's see. He can win this one. That's fine. Chances of winning that one were low. He's out of cards, though. 10, 20. Alright.
Finally, some worthy competition for a worthy pastime. I'm curious if you can do that again. Do you want another match?
Sure, let's do one more.
You want another game? You've got another game.
Alright, let's wager it again. Darn, okay. Oh, jeez. Okay, okay. So far, we're perfectly tied. You win this round. And alright. Ah, jeez. Alright, he's ahead of me this time. Okay. I have a feeling this bastard was hustling me. At 19. I feel like he was hustling me. Dude!
That's a shame, friend. Do you want to know?
Now we're even. I'll call it there. Kintik. I've come to watch the races of you. I'm called Kintik, the owner of this fine establishment. Is there anything I can do to make your visit more pleasurable? Please do not hesitate to call on me. Let's see. Can I talk to you about Captain Sulio's murder? Well, a foul bit of business there. I was not here when it happened. I was talked with the soldiers in charge of the investigation. The four of the regulars talked with them. Mahima, Nico, Panar, and Kif. You should talk with them. I doubt anybody else knows anything more about that distasteful subject. Alright, I want to race. You can rent a swoop bike at the racetrack. Full field of competitors is good for everyone. 100 credits must be paid for the official run on the track, payable at the beginning of the race, not after. What do I get if I win? We use Galactic 3-round system. Each round pays different, of course. First pays 500, next 2,000, the last 500. It's competition, like here. The field is narrower than it used to be. Some of the professional racers have left Isons. Politics made them nervous. But our best racers are still here. Panar is good at the rookie rounds. Misadar is good at very good off-world racer. But our best is Joan Rafar, local of Isons. She's a superb racer and controversial, a very profitable combination for a racer. How is she controversial? She's politically inclined. She said she races for General Vaclu. Many come here every night to boo or cheer at her. Both factions bring in their thirst and many credits for betting. What are the rounds? First round, those new to the circuit, proving ground. The second, those proving yourselves. Third is a domain for professionals and very talented beginners. Only veterans of many years could reach that rank. There are exceptions to that. It was during the Jedi Civil War, who made it quickly to the third round in Manan. That was a fluke. That was Revan. Alright, I'll be going. Let's go do it. Let's go quick save, and then do it. You looking at smooth skin? Buy you a drink? I have one. Go away. Look, I just want some information. I look like an information terminal to you. Just a few questions. Look, I don't like reporters, and I'm not in this for fame or glory. You want a story? I'll tell you my story. Credits. Racing on Onderon is dicey at best, but it pays well. There, was that so painful? Keep that up, and someone will take care of you permanently. But if racers are caught misbehaving, we lose our racing privileges. We'll settle this on the track, smooth skin. I hope no one leaves with any volatile on the track. Oh, okay. I wonder if I can get her to fight me. Go drink to General Vaclu with me, stranger. My name's Joan Rafar. I'll take that drink, Mitra Surik. You support the struggle, Mitra Surik? Struggle? Yes, the struggle to free ourselves from the warmongering Republic. The Republic doesn't seem particularly warmongering. I'm just curious that they are so good at getting in them. This is not why we joined the Republic. We joined the Republic willingly, but since that time we've suffered through many wars and privation. We above all wish a sustained peace. The entire galaxy was at war. Why would you think your planet would be spared? Sith left us alone when we were not part of the Republic. But now you're under the protection of the Republic with all of its resources. You're safer now than you ever were before joining. By my counting, we've been in 5 wars since joining. 5 wars is not safe. I mean, that's a fair point, I suppose. Ooh, I'm dropping frames. Everything okay over there? Alright, we're back to normal. You may be right about that, but the Republic only wants peace. Come back when you have a more enlightened view of the galaxy. Okay, well, I couldn't get her to punch me, so that's a little disappointing. That's okay. Alright, how may I help you? I talked to you about the murder incident. Brought me much distress, unhappy as it is. Bad for the slow karmas. What's your interest? An acquaintance of mine, Dagon Gent, is being questioned by the military about this. I'd like to get him free. That's what I prize my loyal customers, and he's the most regular. Let me structure my memories and recall the night. Ask your questions. Do you know Dagon Gent? I know him very well. Many sentients look towards bartenders for advice. On my world, they're also sometimes sought for spiritual advice. This is a trust I try to honor. Okay. I'd like to ask about something else. You know where I could find an extra starport visa? He's gonna say no, but... After the questioning during this month cycle, I will tell you what I tell everyone. Open starport visas are rarer than Voldu crystals. Only the very rich, very powerful, or very connected could get them. None of them would give them up lightly. Be thankful you have a visa of your own. Many here are not that fortunate. Alright, wait, how do I start racing? Swoop. I do swoop bike. I do swoop bike races, if that's what you meant. Swooper's great. Vix watches every swoop race. That's great, Vix. I'm gonna go stand over there now. Wait, who do I talk to about racing? I want to race. Okay. I'm ready. Okay, I can talk to him. Let's see. I don't want to pay that much. Alright, fine. Here's 100 credits. Let me call up the standings now. To win the first round, you must beat Panor's time of 55.1. Alright. Driven competition is a new biker. Alright. So, 55.01. Let's try and barely beat that if we can. Oops. Whoops. I'm okay. Whew. Okay, we beat it by maybe too much, but we beat it. Oh man. With the time of 45 through 53. Here are your credits as promised. I have an unusual situation. Padar has requested a grudge match to use the victor of the first round. I still offer 500 credits for this match. If you win, you will be undisputed first round champion. You could race against Bassar's time after that. Alright, let's race. You can rent a swoop bike on the track. Okay, 100 credits. Let's race. The money I've made you, I'm not going to pay the fee. I want to cut of the profits. You're a shrewd one. I'll give you an extra 500 credits if you win. That's more than fair. We call up the standings. 51-64. Alright. Grudge match, more attention. Difficult. Beast Rider is very riled. Okay. Alright. 51. So we can still beat it with the same time. So if I just stop running into things, I'll be alright. Whoops. Oh, jeez. That was bad. Oh, this is real bad. I can make it fine, I think. Yeah, I can still make it. 46.72. Yeah. I think I can still make that. Hit a mine? Alright, I won. Connor is fuming. I would try and avoid him if I were you. Here are your credits as promised. Next race, you're in second round. Alright, I will be going. 1,000 credits. Quick save. Do this again. Back again. Want to race. Ready to race. Okay. I've been making some good credits. A shrewd one. Alright, cool. 47.11. That's easy enough. We've beaten that twice already, so I think it should be okay. Same course, too, so. Oh, jeez. Ah, crap. No, I lost it. Nah, I lost that right. Damn it, darn it. Quick load. Try again. I have to not hit the mines. Reload. Let's try that again, huh? Race. Ready to race. You should pay me 47.11. I think I can make it. Again, I was very close even after having hit a mine. Ready? Go. Oh, I'm coming. Ah! No! I don't think I can make this. Oh, it's so close. It's so close. But no. It was so close, but no. Didn't quite make it. Damn, mines. There's actually a lot of mines on this one. Actually a little bit more challenging than previous. Let's try this again. Race. Pay me more. Let's go. My coaster. Drinking a Hemingway daiquiri, by the way, tonight. One of my favorite cocktails. You've won 2,000 credits. You can face the champion, John Rafar, if you're willing. Many will come to see that match. Yes, but oops, 2,500. Save. All right, let's race. Ready to race. I think I've made you a lot of money. How about an extra 500 if I win? 4304. All right, I think I can do it. I think I can do 4304. I did it last time. It's a tough one, but I think I can do it. Oh, I lost like a second there. I'm screwed. I hit the accelerator too early that time. I think I'm making up for it, though. Ah, I thought I could jump over it. Darn it. Okay, well, I lost it. Still good time, but not 43 seconds good time. Darn. Try this again. Race! Race! Pay me more, let's go! 43 seconds. Oh, no, I think I lost it. Nah, I lost it. Damn it, that was really close, too. That was close, too. Man. I was going... Do at least one more. I think I can do this. I genuinely think I can do this. I've done it twice. I've beaten that time twice already. Race. Let's go. Do this. It skipped a boost. Oh, I'm so close. Oh, that was too close. That was so close. All right, I can do this. Oh, man. Okay, I think what happened was it skipped over a boost, and I think I jumped over another one. Jumping, I think, doesn't slow you down exactly. Ah, I think I lost a second there. Jumping doesn't exactly slow you down, but you're not accelerating while jumping. So you do lose out a bit. Just try and avoid jumping, I guess. Quick gear shifts also help a lot. That's pretty good. There we go. I'm hitting them all. Hitting them all so far. Ah, darn it. Okay, can I quick save? Or can I quick load now? No, I can't. Okay. Disabled one. Feedering. Darn it. Keep going. If I get to 10:30, if I do another 15 minutes of this and I still don't win, then I'm gonna give up for now and come back here. Back to this later. Okay, I can do this. Okay, already at top gear. It's pretty good. To worry about accelerator or gear shifting anymore. There we go. All right, there it is. Got it. Got it. That'll do. You won! You've won. General Far's time is no more. A rookie is to do so well is incredible. Your reflexes must be Jedi-like. Here are your credits, Swoop Champion. You're always welcome here. 5,500 credits. Oh, let me quick save. I don't accidentally hit F5. You defeated me, Mitros Serik. Your time is a new track record. I hope you use your fame to support the struggle. No. Alright. No, I'm not cringe. Hey, Nico.
Welcome back.
Can I talk to you about Captain Sulio's murder?
Foul business, that is.
Nothing, never mind. This guy? No. Gordon. I have no luck with a visa. Can I talk with you about Sulio's murder? You're enough trouble as it is. I'm glad I wasn't here that night. It's alright, it doesn't help you. We can talk later about other things. Okay. Well returns. I want to talk to you about Captain Sulio's murder again. The misfortune of being here that night. What do you want to know? You know Dagon Gent. Sorry, we already went through this. Something else. No, what do you know of the city? Perilous times they're facing. They've lived here for several years. They'll be leaving. I may be leaving soon. Not worry. I don't need a starport visa. There are enough people begging for those. What do you think of the general and the queen? General Vaklu is short-sighted. Many wars have come to Isis since they joined the Republic, but so is a great deal of growth and revenue. The whole universe is interconnected, and once you taste the marvels it brings, how could you wall yourself off? But they are curious people. He's right. I mean, that's... I'll be going. Yeah, he's very much right. It's... There is a great deal to benefit from let's say interplanetary trade, which General Vaklu is intending to miss out on.
This room is reserved, off-worlder.
I just beat you. Right, what about the murder?
If you ask me.
Do you know Dagon Gent?
I know his face.
Who's Beckel? Okay, that's that's all. The Beastmaster leader, Beast Rider leader, whatever. Exchange thug.
Do you have a visa yet? I'm still paying very well for it. Some unique items you won't get anywhere else, including a lightsaber crystal.
Actually, I was wanting to talk to you about Captain Sulio's murder.
I really can't be any help with that. I might have been in the same detention cell that night that Dagon's in now. The soldiers were asking me some entertaining questions that night. I've got no idea what was going on.
What were they questioning you about?
Let's just say I'm one of their usual suspects. Sort of comes with the territory. That's all I'm going to say.
Alright, that'll be good. Should be easy to throw under the bus, but it's not like something we should do.
Good to see you again.
Zart?
Any luck with the visa?
No, not yet. I can't get the Twi'lek to just reprogram mine. I get the feeling I don't actually need mine. Maybe I do. I don't know. Maybe I do. If I'm not mistaken, you get only one. You have to decide who to give it to. And I usually give it to Zart, the spy. Looks like the Dave Collins spy guy. Okay, soldiers.
Heard of any good finds?
The Force. Hey, losers. Oh, hey, you were kind of smart.
I
thought it was you, Mitra Surik, captain of the Ebon Hawk, is it not?
Back off, wormhead. This bounty's mine. Don't do something you might regret. There's soldiers all over this place.
Amira, I thought you were still collecting 2 credit bounties on Rashidon. It's a shame to die here, so far from your home, with a wanted criminal. Wanted criminal? The exchange has quite the bounty on you. Your head's worth many credits as long as it's recognizable. I'd like to take you alive, but I doubt I can keep a jetpack from escaping. Dad will have to do. Good luck, I guess.
That's another one for me. That's another one for me.
More with that. For Clan Ordo. For Clan Ordo.
That's another one for me.
It's actually quite the fight. There's a lot of them. I mean, I was completely fine, in no danger whatsoever, but still. A Starport visa. Pine fiber mesh. Is that an open visa? Senegar Wars. Yeah, okay. Rendition double blade. Credits. I'd like to get 2 of them, but I don't know if I will. Dueling shield, nice. Seems nice. Life support pack, handy, useful. Plasma rocket. Oh. Do this one. Alright. Let's go back and talk to the guard.
General, we have found them again.
Have we, Tobin? Or is this a preface to another of your failures? Consider the whole field, Tobin.
God,
Why
he sounds
would
so
the Jedi
evil.
risk all of this just to come to Izes?
The crew of the Ebon Hawk is elusive, General. We were warned about that, but we still underestimated them. But the fools are here, in Izes. The intel on this is certain. I'm ordering men loyal to us to take care of them now.
I think I have an idea. Hold that order. Have her watched instead. The Jedi may prove a solution to another one of our persistent problems.
Is that the guy who does the voice for Emperor Palpatine in the Clone Wars? Not Tim Curry, the other guy who does the voice for Palpatine. Because Tim Curry did it for a little while. That was really something, but that was great. The problem was that it was so identifiably Tim Curry. Which, you know, that's kind of an issue. Tim Curry's so identifiable, that's kind of a problem with a lot of his voice roles. But there was somebody else who did it, and that sounded like him. Sounded a lot like him. Okay, let's see then.
I won't remain silent any longer. The Republic has actively attacked us. They attack our spaceships unprovoked. What next? An invasion? Perhaps they seek to conquer us. Will you stand idly by? Will you let them bomb our city? No!
Are you insane?
If Queen Talia is so removed that she won't do what the people so clearly want, then we must show her with force.
That's it, Ponlar. We're taking you in. You've gone too far.
Brothers and sisters, let us rise up now and march to the palace. Our will cannot be denied. 'Tis
Don't do this, Ponlar. This will not help your cause, and innocents will die.
Sacrifices are inevitable,
God.
but it is the price of change.
You will go quietly, Ponlar.
I will not. My cause is just. The Queen
What?
must bow to our will.
Tell everyone to stop now.
My head. Everyone stop now. I will go quietly.
I don't know what you did, but thank you, Offworlder. That was too close for me.
Yeah, I'd rather not kick this whole thing off with a mass slaughter of civilians. Dumb civilians, but civilians nonetheless.
Back again, Offworlder? I'm sure you have a starport visa. If I were you, I'd leave before too many more beast cages are stacked in the streets.
Do you have a man named Dagon Gant in custody?
We certainly do. He and several other people were picked up in connection to a murder.
Who got murdered?
Captain Sulio. She was in charge of the starport checkpoint. A good soldier. Your friend was one of the last people that saw her alive. So far, he's just a suspect. But if he did it, the punishment is death.
Dagon Gent is the only person I know with the contacts to help us out. We need to get Dagon out of custody.
How long is Dagon going to be questioned?
Until we either eliminate him as a suspect or find the real killer. Dagon has quite a record with the authorities. The Colonel thinks that murder isn't too far a stretch for someone like him.
How can I eliminate him as a suspect?
I know Dagon personally. He's one of the worst doctors I've ever heard of. But I can't see him deliberately killing someone. He was one of the last people seen with Captain Sulio in the cantina. Ask around there. I've heard he's got a good motive for killing her. If you can somehow clear that up and prove it wasn't him, Command will cut him loose. If I say any more, I'll get in trouble.
Okay, can I see him?
No way. We're under orders to make sure no one sees the murder suspects. Command is taking this very seriously.
Sorry about that. Okay, fine. I'll be going now.
Stay out of trouble.
Alright, back to the cantina. Go fast. Maybe if we talk to whoever the owner of this store is.
Master.
Who do you work for again?
1B-AD was built and programmed by Tolos the Trader. 1B-AD was built to buy droids.
Okay, Tolos the Trader. Okay. Well, that's someone to keep in mind. Person of interest. If nothing else, he has some business interest in this little area. A friend told me, a friend of a friend told me that you're the guy who I should talk to about adjusting starport visas. By which you mean you, literally, personally, were the person who told me this, but whatever. Oh, you have a personalized visa that you need to be made an open one. It's a tricky process, but after many failures, I've mastered it. It'll cost you 500 credits. How do I know the visa will work? If I sold defective visas, my livelihood and possibly my life would be in jeopardy. Any open starport visa I make will sustain scrutiny. Fine, 500 credits. Did you have the... Let me have the visa. This will take a little while. It's done. Here's your starport visa. Quite a pleasure doing business with you. Okay, there's one.
The ISIS swoop bike champion just talked to me. I can't wait to tell all my friends.
You're welcome, sir.
Good to see you again.
He's Art.
Any luck with the visa?
I've managed to get an open starport visa.
Really? I've been looking for one for weeks. Thanks.
Here you go.
You've done a tremendous service for the Republic. Now I have to catch the first shuttle out of here. May the Force be with you.
Okay, well, there's that. Fine, I'll actually look it up in the chain. Gave a visa to Zart, Republic operative. He didn't tell you what his mission was, but it sounded urgent. There's many people looking for it. Doctor's outline. Captain Riken says that Dagon Gent was picked up, along with several other suspects, in regard to a murder of an Onderonian soldier named Sulio. Riken says that Dagon had a motive for committing the murder, and he was also found at the scene of the crime. In order to get him free, you'll need to investigate the crime at the cantina near Dagon's office. Finding out about his apparent motive for the murder would be a good first step. Oh, Duxon. Yeah, that's... Okay.
Welcome back.
Hey again, Nico. Can I talk about the murder?
Foul business, that is. Like most nights, I was here. What do you want to talk about?
Do you know of any reason why Dagon Gent would kill Sulio?
Never. Dagon thought very highly of the good captain. I did too. She had a sharp wit, that one. Sad to see her go.
Tell me how you know Dagon.
Know him? He's probably my best friend on this planet. Honestly, he's not a very good doctor, but he is a great drinking companion.
Alright, that's all. Game tick. We'll talk to our best time for months to come. Can we talk about the murder? Foul business. Okay, let's talk to them. How's business? With the war looming so close, people are always looking for distraction from their day-to-day lives. I provide this for them in the form of swoop races. You want the war to come? Certainly not. If the war just holds itself a pleasant looming pattern, that would be ideal. If things continue this way, the projections on my accountant droid are quite intoxicating. But if a war happened, wouldn't you be shut down? Perhaps soldiers will come here, though. It does not matter who the patron is, so long as they buy drinks. War could rear its head at any time, but until then there's entertainment to be had, for a price, of course. That's it. I don't know how you're cheating. I mean, it was kind of cheating, but, you know. Hey, Vix. You're great at Swoop Facer. You swoop very fast. Suppose you want my auto print now. No, Vix just watches races, commits to memory. One day Vix spoop too. Okay, see ya. Nothing. 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 Suppose you don't have an extra. Can we talk about that murder? With enough trouble. No. Okay, fine.
Now, what did he order?
Off-world returns. How about the murder? The misfortune. Do you know any reason why Dagon Gent would kill Sulio? I normally try to leave the cantina before more serious drinkers arrive. That night I was very near Dagon and Sulio. Dagon was attempting what I assume was a mating advance. I may not be human, but even I could tell his advances were particularly unwanted. Sulio then started swearing at him. Many of the words I've never heard, but the ones I did understand, I assure you, were most impolite. Humiliation on that scale is a real motive of passionate and deadly response. I told the soldiers as much. Did you know Dagon? I recognize him, but that's about it. He doesn't have the qualities I look for in friendship. Okay, so you're the one who told them that there was a motive.
This room is reserved, off-worlder.
Okay, Pinar. Can I talk about the murder?
If you ask me, she got what she deserved. She looked down on us beast riders. Good riddance.
Did you know Dagon Gent?
I know his face, that's about it. His office is on Bekel's turf.
That's all. If I can find Beckel or Beckel.
Do you have a visa yet? I'm still paying.
Yada yada yada. How about this murder?
I really can't be any help with that. I might have been.
Yeah. Never mind. Okay, so I know the alleged motive was... He was flirting at... He made a pass at her. He was rejected violently. She cursed at him and publicly humiliated him. Perhaps someone in the cantina who knows him a little better. Oh. A little better. Oh, crap. Zart. Frick. Oh no, the struggle. Alright, well, balls. Where am I? Talk to Captain Riken. Alright, I'm gonna go talk to Captain Riken again. Damn it. I have to go through that fight again and everything. Damn. Yeah. I know. I gotta talk to Zart, but he just ran the heck off. Yeah. Wanted criminal. Go to sleep, everybody. You too.
That's another one for me. 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 Let's take care of this fast.
That was much easier that time for some reason. Okay. Ooh, I got a crystal. Better loot that time. Mark a chest. Ooh, whoa! Much better loot this time. Darth Malik's arm. Good lord, man. Okay, Arcajeth's robe, which I already have. Oh, I got another one of those. Okay. Malik. Dark side only. Really good though. It's really good. Okay, let's go.
General, we have found...
Yeah.
I have questions.
Oh, questions. Oh, go ahead.
You fought with Revan and Malik during the Mandalorian Wars. Why?
They were the only Jedi they were the only Jedi who realized that the Republic would fail, or would fall without the support of the Jedi.
Huh. We'd never faced Jedi before, and didn't know the threat they represented. You've always been in the Jedi Order. Things that are common knowledge to you are rumors and stories to the rest of the galaxy. We only knew what we had seen in holovids and from our experience with Exar Kun, and by that time, he was completely a Sith. We thought we would triumph easily over such noble and compassionate leaders. Those are weaknesses we easily exploited in the past. What did you think of us?
Strong warriors and worthy adversaries.
And that is how we thought of you. Not of the Jedi in particular, but the men and women who joined Revan and Malak to fight against us. You turned a demoralized, defeated mess into a coordinated army. You brought tactics, backbone, and above all else, victory to them. Ever consider what would have happened if we'd won? The Sith would have been nothing more than a border skirmish against the might of my clans. We would have brought a new age of strength and expansion to the Republic, with a wealth of the core worlds providing arms and warships to fuel our growth. Instead, the Republic won. Look around you. Look at what your precious victory has brought you. I ask you this, is the galaxy better off for the Republic's victory?
Yeah. So, yeah, of course, the Mandalorians couldn't run the Republic. For two reasons. One, no one can run the Republic. It's too big. It's too expansive. It's too centralized in its organizational structure for such a massive union that ought to be wildly decentralized. That's one problem, but that's a congenital problem. That's not a problem for the Mandalorians in particular. The Mandalorians in particular would be taking over a galaxy spanning central government and militarizing it, exclusively militarizing it. Like he's saying, you would be turning it into a conquering empire rather than a political union. And that winds up becoming a problem, because it would be converting the economy to a wartime economy, which is ultimately wasteful and internally destructive. Yes, you'd be conquering rim worlds, but once you've conquered those worlds on the rim and you can extract their resources, but extracting their resources is less efficient and ultimately more costly than exploring and making contact and trading for resources. Trade will ultimately wind up being more cost effective because you're not expending the additional amount needed to conquer, which, as he's saying, turn the core worlds into a manufacturing hub to make weapons and warships. What are you not doing in that case? What's the opportunity cost? The opportunity cost in a case like that is all of the sort of civilian peacetime developments in the Republic, throughout all of Star Wars for that matter, and so it would be ultimately less efficient and simply destructive. War is a deadweight loss on an economy, always necessarily. Even a conquering victor loses out in the long run, because you're destroying what you're trying to seek, and you're wasting your own resources in order to do it. It's necessarily economically inefficient. So no, Mandalorians could not run the Republic.
I suppose we'll never know. Now,
I
was there
hope
something
not.
else you needed?
Well, no, they don't. All right. No, that's. I didn't even mean to talk to you, but good conversation anyway.
I won't remain silent.
Here we go. Don't do this, Bonlar. Innocents will die. Go quietly, Bonlar. Tell everyone to stop.
My head.
I don't.
Yay, okay. We already did all this.
Back again.
We talked to him. You got Dagan get here? Who got murdered? How long? Can you see him? How can I eliminate him as a suspect? Alright, that's all. That's all I got. Quick save. Whee! Gotta go fast. So we do have a starport visa. It is not opened yet. Let's wait to do that until we solve the issue with digging it. Because there's still quite a bit to this. Kif. How about Sulio's murder? Why would he do it? He was an incel, that's why. But that'll do. Well, let me go talk to Zart. He might know.
Good to see you again. Any luck with the visa?
Can I talk about Sulio's murder first?
What do you want to know about that night?
Dagon Gant's being held. I want to free him. How can you be so sure? Why don't you tell the authorities? Okay. No one else saw you, right?
I don't particularly like the idea.
Okay, never mind. That actually didn't help at all. Someone in the cantina who knows him a little better. Oh, this guy. Nico. Oh, wow, I'm dumb. Well, I'm going to keep him around just in case for right now.
Welcome back. My deck is still warm if you're up for Bazak.
Can I talk about the murder?
Foul business, that is.
Okay. Someone was saying that Sulio deeply humiliated Dagon the night she was murdered. That's a very good motive.
She did? Oh no, by the four moons, what a mix-up. They got it all wrong. Dagon and Sulio were good friends. It's just when they got a little too much Juma juice, they'd carry on. They'd call each other all manner of things. It could get quite hilarious, really. But it was just friendly banter.
Okay.
That night, Sulio was in great form.
I know the type.
Dagon and I were laughing about some of the choicer ones later. Yellow-toothed dung dweller. We bought her a couple of drinks afterwards. It may look strange on the outside, but it was just their habit. Their way of passing time during these dark nights. Listen, if the soldiers think that's a motive, they just didn't do enough digging.
That bit of information will help with clearing Dagon, but the Onderon military won't let him off that easy. They're very obstinate. Maybe some of these people will know more about what happened that night.
Okay, yeah, that's... I love that dynamic, by the way. That is a dynamic I had with an old friend, an old buddy in college, in philosophy, in like philosophy classes, especially in philosophy of religion classes. And also, we wound up doing this a lot online. We would argue with each other, like philosophically in very high-minded ways, but then always pepper in insults just for fun, which was a great time. It was very, it was very fun, and a lot of people around us were annoyed by it because they thought we were yelling at each other and ad hominiming, employing ad hominems. But no, we were making coherent arguments and then saying, "You worthless heretic, I hope you burn at the stake." That kind of stuff, which was just delightful. He's a Protestant, I'm a Catholic, by the way, and so we had this nice headbutt together, which was fun. All right, so what did happen on the night of the murder?
I was cleaning up stakes from a particularly rewarding Pazak game when I heard a loud sound outside. I grabbed my blaster and went out the door. When I got out, I saw Captain Salio. She was quite dead. Blood was everywhere. I heard a noise and saw Dagon Gent coming from his office across the courtyard. We both waited for the authorities to get there. The next day, they picked up Dagon and several other people in the area. It's crazy to think he did it. Salio was our friend.
Where'd you find the body?
Just outside the door by the junk heap.
It might be a good idea to look at the crime scene. We fought many soldiers in the Mandalorian Wars. The Onderonians were certainly brave, but they were disorganized and stupid. I wouldn't be surprised if they overlooked something.
Alright then, well, I'll be going. That's all for now. Alright, well, let's go check outside then, shall we? And dried blood where she was killed. Maybe there's something else in the area. Droid, huh? Means of a serving droid still clutching its serving tray. It's been heavily scavenged and the head is missing.
Nobody we talked with mentioned a droid. This droid was destroyed recently. Someone inside the cantina might know more.
Yeah, okay. Or you might have a head.
Greetings, Master. Do you have any interest in my goods?
Never mind. Don't have a head for sale at the moment. I suppose. Maybe you do. Maybe I just don't know to ask yet. I will say, for a 2003 game, this is pretty handholdy. pretty hand-holdy for the investigation. Very step by step by step. Okay. Can I talk to you about the murder? Never mind. You would know about the serving droid. Maybe I should ask the waitress.
Now, what did he order? I'll just guess.
Maybe Kiffle now. Okay. I want to talk to you about the murder. I found a broken serving droid by the murder scene. Droids are sadly vandalized all the time. It's probably one of Behemoth's serving droids. He keeps losing them, a source of displeasure for him. I know nothing more, though. Okay. Is it possible the droid saw something we could recover? Quite possible. To find the head, the memory core is located there on that model. No, it was missing. Sadly, without a head, I can't do anything. If you find the head, however, I could work on it. I have the proper equipment to do such an operation. Okay, okay. I know what I'm doing, but I do not have the proper equipment. Okay, well, in that case, I want to talk about something else. How about that Starport visa? Here's 500 credits. Yay! Alright, I'll come back with that. Right, let me see if I can go find the head. I go check by the corpse, see if I notice anything there. I'm assuming that that droid probably will have it. Some remnants of a droid, that's all it says, okay. Trash pile, okay. You.
Greetings, Master. Do you have any interest in my goods?
Can you answer some questions?
Certainly. 1B-AT is programmed to answer many basic questions from prospective buyers. What do you want to know?
Do you know how I can get into the palace, I guess? I'll ask him.
Sorry, my memory banks have no information on that subject. Please restate your question or ask another.
Can you tell me anything about the palace?
Sorry, my memory banks have no information.
Okay, I get the idea. Can I ask... no. Okay, nothing helpful there.
As long as I get paid.
Someone in the canteen.
I don't care what they want us for.
Okay, listen. I know what I'm looking for, and I know where to find it. Okay, he's not going to be able to tell me anything. That seems odd. He should. Guess maybe the owner? Tick. About the murder. How's business? Alright, never mind.
Good to see you.
No, not there. Sakari?
Do you have a visa yet?
I want to talk to you about the murder. Really... What are they questioning you about? What do you know about the murder? On a broken serving droid. Behemoth. Who the heck is Behemoth? Formo. Nico. Oh, he's the bartender. Oh, that's right. What brings you to Behemoth this time, sentient? Can I talk to you about Captain Sulio's murder? What do you want to know, sentient? I found a broken serving droid by the murder scene. The SOD-3, that's the serving droid I had this month. I hired a human to do the job. She's not very good, but at least she won't be stolen or destroyed so easily. What keeps happening to your serving droids? Recently, this area has become dangerous. Vandalism and robbery are sadly common. My droids keep being stolen. SOD-3 went missing the night of Captain Sulio was murdered. Why didn't you mention this before? I didn't know it would interest you. He was found near the body, I'm given to understand. Nico would know more about that. Alright, now let's look at this. A bartender's duty to answer questions. Alright, no, that's all. Nico, I know. Huh?
Welcome back. My deck is still warm if you're up for Bazak.
Maybe. How about the murder, though?
Foul business, that is.
Okay. Found a broken serving droid near the murder scene.
That would be Bohema's SOD-2. No, SOD-3. Or is it 2? Whichever one it was, he keeps losing them. I remember when I arrived, it was still smoldering.
What happened to it?
Who knows? Sometimes the slum dwellers shoot his serving droids for fun. This part of the quarter is getting more and more lawless, I'm afraid. When Dagon and I were waiting for the soldiers, we had to chase off some scavengers that were stripping SOD-3.
Ah, interesting. Do you remember who scavenged the droid?
No, I'm afraid there was quite a crowd growing. We were seeing if there was any way we could help Sulio. There was nothing we could do, of course. She was dead.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
This room is reserved.
Talk to you about the murder. Found a broken serving droid by the murder scene.
That Bith keeps buying droids, and the scavengers keep stealing them or blowing them up. Seems he's finally given up. The waitress is awful, but she's more fun than his droids ever were.
Any idea which scavenger got to his droid?
I wouldn't tell you even if I knew. I could tell you where you could find the parts, though.
You know that? Where?
That western square has the perfect fence for droid parts. There is a droid vendor called 1B8D. That droid is as dumb as a Gamorrean. He'll buy anything because he's too stupid to do anything else. 1B8D is quite handy. Quite a few of the slum dwellers make a good living salvaging droid parts for him. You might have even bought some.
Okay. Alright, that'll work. See? This is what I was looking for. And what I would have solved, like, I don't know, 15 minutes ago. Alright.
Greetings, Master. Do you have any interest in my goods?
I need to know if you have any parts from one of Behemoth's serving droids.
Entity Behemoth unknown. I have many serving droid parts.
Okay, I want to buy those.
The market rate for those parts would be 25 credits.
Fine, here's 25 credits.
Thank you for your business.
Kif in the cantina can probably do something with this. We should head back.
Okay. Alright, so we have the remnants of SOE3. Alright, how about the murder? I have the remains of SOD-3. Can you get any information from it? Let me see. You got the head. That's where the memory core is. Give me a minute or two. Okay. That should do it. Let's take a look at his last feed. Oh, so she was dead.
What is this? Oh my, she's dead.
Oh, we got shot. Those look like beast riders. There you go. It seems this recording proves that the killer came from the marketplace. You may want to show this to Nico. Nico, huh? Okay. Let's go talk to Nico. Excuse me.
Welcome back. My deck is still warm.
No. About the murder. I want to show you SOD3's last transmission.
If it'll help Dagon, you got it. There's no way that Dagon could have done it. I saw him coming from his office. That's the opposite direction of the marketplace. We should go talk to Captain Riken and clear all of this up.
Okay then. Easy enough, I hope.
Nico, is it? And the Off-Worlder. What brings the two of you here?
Dagon Gent couldn't have killed Captain Cilio.
That's a bold statement. I assume you have some sort of proof.
Nico can explain.
It's a long story, so bear with me, Captain. The night of the murder, I was playing Pazak. It was a prosperous night.
That should do it. We still don't know who killed Sulio, but this will greatly assist our investigation.
I don't want to look into it further. We'll see.
You have been ordered off this investigation, Captain. I hope you can explain yourself.
I had nothing to do with this, sir. This citizen found information about Captain Sulio's murder. It's material to the investigation.
We've already got our man. Sulio and this Gent were fighting the night she was murdered. He had ample motive.
They weren't really fighting. The regulars of the cantina can vouch for that.
Have you read the report? Some of the things Sulio called him were vile. Sulio and Dagon clearly hated each other.
They were friends. Sometimes friends tease each other. They just took it to an extreme.
You expect me to believe...
It's absolutely true, Major. I was a friend of both of them. They've done this dozens of times. Bahima the bartender can confirm it, as well as half a dozen other people. They were an odd pair, but they certainly didn't hate each other.
I see. Well, there's still the fact that he was right there at the scene of the crime.
It sounds like Tom Kane doing Morgan Freeman. Tom Kane, the guy who voices Admiral Yularen and Yoda in the Clone Wars. That very distinctive Admiral Yularen / announcer voice. It sounds like him trying to sound like Morgan Freeman. So were other people. Some salvagers were stripping the serving droid there within a minute or two.
So what? What matters is who was there first. An eyewitness said he came from his office almost immediately. The only thing that matters to me is that he was within blaster range when Sulio was killed, and he did not have an alibi.
He came from his office, but a recording of the murder shows the shot came from the opposite direction.
You have a recording? Well, I'm sure you're just misinterpreting it.
I've seen it myself, Major. Nico isn't the only one that spotted Dagon coming from his office. It really can't be Dagon Gent. The real killer is still loose.
Very well, Captain. Set Gent free, then. But if later it turns out that he did do it, it's going to be on your head.
The men will be working on getting Dagon Gent out right away. The Major sure isn't happy. You're quite a team. Together, you got the Major to back down. That's no small feat.
The Major seemed particularly unwilling to believe Dagon was innocent.
The investigation has been handled at the highest levels. I've heard there's been some concern about that. With Dagon free, I don't know if the investigation team will find another suspect. They haven't been as diligent as other investigators.
What do you mean?
I'm not gonna say any more. Probably said too much already. If you head over to Dagon Gent's office, some men will bring him there shortly. Thanks for clearing this whole thing up. I could tell the justice wasn't being served, but we all have our orders. We really need to patrol that sector better.
Okay. Yeah, that's sketchy,
Thanks for
all
getting
right.
me out of there. As detention cells go, it had definite class, but I prefer being out on my own all the same. I owe you and Mandalore one.
Mandalore said you might be able to help out. I need to get in touch with someone from the palace.
Not many people can help you out with that. There have been several assassination attempts on Queen Talia. That place is locked tighter than a Hut's vault. I know a few people, though. Who do you need to get in touch with?
Who's trying to kill the Queen?
Nobody knows for sure, but everybody thinks that General Vaklu has to have something to do with it. They're keeping the attempts quiet, but that place is locked down tight.
I'm trying to get in touch with a Jedi Master who's inside the palace.
A Jedi Master, you say? Now that is interesting. It's quite a bounty on Jedi these days. Not that I'm looking to collect, but if there's a Master there, I think I know who it is.
Who do you think it is?
I'm not certain, otherwise I'd tell you. But the man I'm thinking about is smart, likes to stay in the shadows, and is cryptic as hell. If he isn't a Jedi Master, he should become one.
Can you get in touch with somebody inside the palace?
There's a slight problem with that. I know you don't want to hear that since you went through all the effort of springing me out. The thing is, scavengers have already looted most of my stuff. Most of it's garbage anyway, so I don't care too much. But I did have a couple of encrypted holodisks that they nabbed. So here's the punchline. I need those disks because they have some contact information on them. The people I know you don't just walk up and chat with. There's a procedure. And that holodisk has the procedure.
Who has it?
The Kells gang pretty much owns this street. From what I hear, she's the one that cleaned me out. She's in the local cantina most days. She's tough as Drexel leather and more dangerous than an angry Wookiee. If you take Mandalore with you, though, you should be just fine. Just get me the encrypted holodisk. After that, if there is a Jedi Master in the palace, I'll get you a meeting with him.
We got a short lightsaber. Very nice. I almost want to equip it. But I have great dueling. I guess I don't have great dueling, I just have dueling. Wait, where is dueling? Do I not have dueling? I thought I did. Sneak attack. There's immunity, fear, toughness. Oh my god, do I not have dueling? I don't have dueling. Wow, okay. Wow, alright, alright. Okay, Cantina Rats. Starport Visa. Okay. Think we're in a pretty good spot here. Also think that I could give Zart Starport Visa finally. Also, some great Star Warsy music in here. Alright, let's go give Agent Dave Cullen his
Good to see you again.
Visa. Here you go. Open Starport
Really?
Visa.
I've been looking for one for weeks. Thanks.
Oh, here you go.
You've done a tremendous service for the Republic. Now I have to catch the first shuttle out of here. May the Force be with you.
Okay. Let's go over to that private room. Hey, Backle.
What do you want here, Offworlder? The room is taken. The whole cantina is taken. You should leave.
He has something that belongs to Dagon Ghent. I want to get it back.
You? And just how do you intend to do that?
I was hoping I might be able to buy any holodisks to get from his office.
It isn't for sale. I warned you, Offworlder. Kill her.
Really? We're doing this? This is dumb.
Who wants to die first?
See what you got.
I can target the holograms. Oh, I got an open starport visa. Wow, okay. Honestly, that's surprising. But I did get two. I can give this one to the mom near the starport. Okay, okay, so I got it. Alright, give her the cryptic holodiscs. I gave it to Zart. I'm gonna give the other one, like I said, to the mom near the starport. Then I like that guy. Kinda wanna give it to that guy if I find a third one somehow. I don't know. Third one. Oh yeah, I can level. Right. Skills. Oh. Oh, I have an extra. Oh, there we go. Oh, that was it. Okay, that wasn't too much. Beats. Okay. Mobility might be worth taking. I recommend. 2-weapon fighting? No, he's absolutely not a 2-weapon fighting guy. Go with mobility, so you can move around a little bit quicker.
Go.
I kind of like everyone having that feat, so everyone can move together. Okay, let's run off. I say everyone can move together, and then I force speed away from everyone, of course. Let's run off. Let's give this this extra open starport visa to what's her name? The mom. But there's still a crowd here. I thought you were under arrest.
These are dangerous times. People like Ponlar aren't making it any easier.
Okay, okay.
Captain, you're back. Please tell me you have an open starport visa.
Found a visa for you. Here.
Thank the Four Moons for your kindness, Offworlder. I only wish I had some way to thank you. But my children and I will never forget your kindness. Hurry, children. We get to go on a spaceship. Thanks to the captain. We get to go into space.
Cool. All right. Okay, we helped her out. All right, let's go back to Dagon. My god, we actually might finish on Onderon?
Have you found the encrypted holodiscs yet? I won't be able to get a hold of my contacts from the palace without it.
There's a big combat at the end of Onderon. I don't remember if we need to go back to Duxon first. But I got the holodisc from Beckel.
Great going there. With these, I'll check my contacts at the palace. I should be able to get a meeting with your Jedi Master shortly. You got anything you need to take care of in the quarter, you best do it now. You're dealing with serious politics by contacting them. If things go bad during a meeting, you may not be welcome in Isis anymore. Perhaps never. Just let me know if you want to go through with this.
Hold on. something I want to do first.
Come back
maybe.
when you're ready. Better yet, call the whole thing off. Palace politics can get you killed these days.
Okay. I mean, that's reasonable. Let me see. Master of the Palace. Battle Circle. Jedi. Then Goretti. The Narshada. Narshada. Okay, I don't have any more quests here. I think I'm all set. I'm ready to go. I can wrap things up now. But I'm gonna save first. Just in case. Yeah. Just in case I forgot anything.
So you still intend to go through with it? I can schedule the meeting with your Jedi Master as soon as you like. Like I was saying, though, once I use my contact, you may be in over your head. You may not be welcome back on Isis again.
I like that it gives you this point of no return warning thing. That's really nice in most RPGs. I like when RPGs do that, and it annoys me when they don't. Alright, contact the Jedi Master now.
Yeah, I'll get on it. Just grab a cot and rest a bit. Once I get a meeting time, I'll let you know.
Is this meeting a trap? I can't afford to lose you, especially given recent events.
Anything could be a trap. Vaklu is no fool. But if the message is true...
Is this necessary? I can guarantee your safety in the palace, but outside these walls the General has many men that would do anything for him.
Nothing in life is certain, Your Majesty. But I feel something. There is a disruption in the Force. I must investigate this.
Very well. But please, be cautious.
Aren't I always?
That's what I was afraid you'd say.
It's a cool throne. I like that.
Well, the meeting is on. Head straight to the cantina. You guys should be in there. And no offense, but I hope I never see you again.
Thanks, buddy. Just saved your life, but
You must
thanks.
have gone through a lot to arrange this meeting. The palace is at full battle readiness. Smuggling in a message is no small task.
No, it wasn't. Master Kavar? I have my ways, Master Kavar.
Kavar, huh? The famed Jedi Guardian. The Mandalorians counted on the fact it would be you, not Revan, who would lead the Jedi against us during the Mandalorian Wars. I wonder how we'd have fared against you. I thought you were killed fighting Malak during the Jedi Civil War.
It seems my former student keeps curious company. Strange times lead to strange alliances, though. I have my ways as well. Why are you here? I imagine that you hold little love for any on the Jedi Council anymore. Even an old friend.
I don't blame the Jedi Council. I still trust in their wisdom.
I'm not sure how well placed your faith is. I feared you would harbor dark feelings because of our treatment of you. You have to
Yeah, a little
understand
bit,
that it was
but-
a time of great uncertainty. We just learned that Darth Revan was back with an armada. Every Jedi that went with him was lost, corrupted, and as dark as their master. And then there was you. Many thought you were a spy, but there's more to it than that. And I think you deserve an
Am I interrupting? In orbit, I thought for sure that the Ebon Hawk was mine. I was certain, only to see you slip through my fingers during the battle. Imagine my delight to discover you were on Isis. Quite careless, if you ask me.
Oh,
Get
boy.
them, men, and watch your aim. Civilian casualties cause a mess of paperwork.
I must return to the palace. I'll get word to you when I'm able. Run!
What? What have you done to my men? Blast! Men, take care of her. I won't let Kavar escape.
Hey,
Oh, that was
we
nice.
should check our lines of fire around these bystanders. No grenades.
Yes, of course. That goes with that saying. Influence gained here.
That's another one for me.
Where that came from.
At last, some action.
Oh, Mira is not looking so hot. I mean, unrelated to the way that she dresses, of course. We're pretty bad. Alright, let's get out of here. Let's get out of here and see what we can do. Well, no grenades, but I'm getting a bunch of them. Nazi blaster. Really? Okay, let me actually check on that. That might actually be better. Also odd that he has such a thing. Let's see. Okay, so this is unstoppable, but it's only 1 through 6. Good crit threat. What's that Onasi blaster? Blaster. 4 through 11. Ooh, not very swingy. Bad crit threat. Attack +2. Modifiable. Maybe if I modify it, that'll be worth using. I don't know. I'll use it, though, just in case. Why not? Alright, let's go! Oh, I should have healed her first. Whoops.
Yeah, something wrong?
There's some questions I wanted to ask.
Alright.
What happened between you and Hanhar?
I didn't kill him once. Biggest mistake ever.
What do you mean?
Do you really want to hear this?
Yeah, I'd like to know what happened.
Well, Hanhar and me go way back, in the worst possible way. He's from some forest planet on the Outer Rim where Zerka had set up one of their slaving operations.
So he was a slave?
Well, not for long. Once off planet, Hanhar escaped from the Zerka slavers, then killed them all.
Ooh! Why was he wearing those cuffs?
I don't know. I always thought he just liked using them as weapons.
Sounds like Zerka, yeah. Good he broke free. Nothing deserves to be caged.
Well, before you get too proud of him, Hanhar figured Zerka had the right idea. I don't think he understood the concept of slavery before, at least on the scale that Zerka practiced it. But now he did. You ever hear of Dursan 3, or the ID cluster colonies?
I don't think so.
Right. That's because Hanhar happened. He makes what happened to his homeworld look like an exercise in community building. He's not a bounty hunter. He's a slaver. A predator. It's like he's out to enslave or kill every human in the galaxy, like he's trying to settle some huge score or debt. I don't get it, but he's dangerous.
So how do you factor in?
I was prey. And not only did I escape, but I saved his life while doing it. He's been hunting me ever since.
That seems strange. This reminds me a great deal of what Tati was talking about in our D&D game yesterday. talking about wanting to kill someone because you owe them something, so you can avoid owing them the debt, which makes a certain kind of sense if you have this very, very strict view of debt and obedience and life debt kind of thing that Wookiees have.
I don't pretend to understand it, but among his people, they have these codes of honor. But somewhere along the line, Hanhar's got twisted. His people form these things called life debts. If you save the life of one of them, they pledge themselves to you.
That doesn't sound too bad.
Well, with Hanhar, he can't escape that life debt. It's bred into him. But he hates every other living thing in the galaxy, so pledging himself to someone else, especially a human, was unbearable. So when I saved his life, it was the worst thing I could do. It was like slavery all over again. But it was in his head. It was like it pushed him over the edge.
What do you mean?
A life debt to Hanhar is a death sentence. He'll hunt you until you're dead. When I saved his life, it meant he had to kill me. And so he kept chasing me in hopes I would die. I think the fact I showed him mercy after hating humans for so long, that was something he couldn't stand.
Heaping hot coals onto someone's head, so to speak. Any regrets that he's gone?
Oh, I'm glad he's gone. It's like a weight off my shoulders. I don't have to keep watching my back every minute, wondering when he's going to show up. And he always did. It's like he always knew where I was.
Any chance he's still alive?
Trust me, if he was still alive, he'd be chasing us even now, waiting to ambush us when we least expect it. And he always shows up at the worst possible time. He was one of the best bounty hunters on Nar Shaddaa. Hanhar never gives up on his prey. Or his life debts. He's a hunter. He's a natural predator.
So yeah, this involves a kind of perverse twisting of the norms of honor, particularly twisting them above the norms of justice, or maybe we should say the norms of would be the norms of justice in exchange over the norms of what justice demands in terms of leaving alone. So Plato's idea of justice is basically leaving everyone alone. Rendering each their due means not interfering with what belongs to someone else. It's tied very closely to moderation or to prudence. Not prudence, temperance. And so justice for Plato is rendering each their due, is doing what you ought to for other people, but not interfering with what they are doing, and not imposing on others unduly. There's this other side of justice, which comes from a more this idea of like the scales of justice being balanced. That if someone gives you something, you ought to repay them, need to repay them. It is unjust not to repay them. And this gets twisted in cases where we take harm to be something you give somebody. And I've extrapolated this, and I've explained this before in one of my first videos on this channel, actually. On Plato's Republic, the specific passage in Book 1, where he basically goes and explains that returning harm for harm is not actually cannot be an element of justice. And part of this is because harm is not something you give someone, it's something you take from somebody. You take something from someone which harms them. And so you owe them back restitution. They don't owe you harm. Right? And so this basically undermined the entire expiation theory of justice, of the sort of vengeance theory of justice, if you want to translate it that way. But this sort of exchange here with Hanhar is what happens when somebody takes this debt based on exchange and prioritizes that above obligations that we have innately, such as I owe you your life, insofar as I owe you not taking your life. And so if I owe you something, if I owe you a life debt, and to get out of that life debt I kill you, that has settled the life debt. And so if you prioritize the giving and receiving aspect of justice over the aspect of justice, which is non-interference, let's say, or non-aggression, if we want to go with modern sort of pseudo-political terms. Prioritize the giving and receiving aspect of justice, the I'm trying to remember if for Aristotle, if it's commutative justice, as I think is the justice in exchange, or if it's distributive justice. I might be mixing the two up. But if you mix these two up in priority, then you get this kind of Hanhar problem. But if you have your priorities sorted properly, then you cannot give someone something against their will, or it's particularly against their nature, which killing someone is against their nature. We are living beings, and so to end someone's life is to act contrary to their nature. And so what that means, therefore, is that doing injustice to avoid doing injustice is self-referentially incoherent, and that's what Hanhar would be doing. But this is the kind of thing that happens when you flip this priority order in the way that he has, and the way that honor cultures can at their worst. So, anyway, this is a really interesting topic, and it's very timely as well. It's very timely to talking about yesterday on D&D. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking. I don't want to share too much because some of it is character spoilery and stuff like that, and I don't want to go into too much detail on it. All right, how did you save his life?
Well, as happens on Nar Shaddaa, I made someone mad. Mad enough for them to send Hanhar after me. Turns out they were even able to get him cheap. He'd heard about me and wanted to hunt me down, for sport. He didn't think I'd be much of a challenge.
Oh. And you proved him wrong?
Well, he tried to box me down in vents beneath the Nar Shaddaa docks, and he'd set one too many proximity mines to cover the escape routes.
Ooh. Why use mines?
I think he'd hoped to drive me into the mines and then let them do the work. Or that I'd be too scared to try and walk through them. Thing is, I knew Hanhar's supplier, and the trigger signatures for the mines. It was pretty easy to broadcast a signal to blind their sensor receptors for a minute or two. I figured that would buy me enough time to move through them and get away.
But it didn't happen that way.
Like I said, I disarmed the trigger fuses for enough of the mines to get by, temporarily. And Hanhar was pretty fast on my trail. I just made it to safety when he hit the first one. The blast leveled the entire ventilation section, and Hanhar was caught right in the middle, and he survived. Barely.
Barely?
He was crawling around, blinded from the flash and the plasma burns. And it happened so fast. All the blood had been scabbed and crusted from the flash. I had the drop on him, and even blind, he knew it. He could still hear me. My ears were ringing from the blast, but I could hear him. I think he was begging me to let him live. His voice, it wasn't a roar, more like an echo of it. I suppose I should have killed him, but I couldn't do it. He was in pain, and he was helpless. So I dragged him out of there enough to get him to safety, and he kept hunting me ever since. He said he'd pursue me to the edge of the galaxy. No matter where I ran, he would find me and break me, that I would always be prey.
Sometimes it's stronger to spare a life than take it.
Maybe. I've thought about that moment. A lot. Wondered if I would do things differently if I had another chance.
I was hoping we could talk.
Talk? About what?
Wanted to get to know you a little better.
Why, you trying to be my mother? No thanks. Already had one. Somewhere.
Just thought you might need a friend.
No thanks. I didn't need friends on Nar Shaddaa, and I don't need them now.
Alright, some questions.
Go ahead and ask.
Let me ask about Nar Shaddaa.
Yeah, more or less. I wasn't born there. I just
see if I can unlock the force sensitive thing. What happened to your family?
Well, the war happened. The first one against the Mandalorians. I had family right up until the end.
That was not the first war.
It's not really a new story. You hear it all over the galaxy. It's what happens after the wars are over that you don't hear much about.
The war with Exar Kun was like a couple of decades earlier. Died in the final battle?
I think so. After Revan crushed the Mandalorians, planets throughout the Republic were flooded with refugees. I was just one of the others. Me? I got passage to Nar Shaddaa. From there, not much you can do, so I became a bounty hunter.
How could you have lost family on Malachor 5? There were no colonies. It was a taboo world to the Mandalorians.
Take a guess, Jedi. Only 2 groups of people would have lost family at Malachor. And Jedi don't have families.
You're a Mandalorian?
As much as any slave becomes a Mandalorian. They took prisoners on every world they conquered to bolster their ranks. And they took a lot of worlds.
So you were a slave?
When I was young, yeah. They mostly used me to carry ammo packs and munitions. Toward the end of the war, they needed everyone they could get. They taught me to fight, to hunt, to survive. I was part of their squad, even when I was young. Everyone served as part of the unit, and I felt like I had a place there. After Malachor, it really didn't matter anymore. The Mandalorians lost. Bad. But you know that.
Yeah. I regret the loss of life at Malachor, but there was no choice left.
Yeah, I know. I saw the worlds they left behind them during the war. That kind of stays with you. I haven't forgotten it. What happened at Malachor, they probably deserved it.
You don't sound too happy about it.
Should I be? Maybe I should ask you if you're happy about all the Jedi who died on Malachor 5. Maybe it felt like you lost family there, but I doubt it.
They had to be stopped.
Yeah, I know. I saw the worlds they left behind them during the war. That
You
kind of
already
stays
said
with
that.
you. I haven't forgotten it. What happened at Malachor, they probably deserved it.
I have some other questions.
Shoot.
Why'd you become a bounty hunter?
I'm good at finding people, so I used it to make credits.
Finding people on Nar Shaddaa seems difficult.
Not if you know your target. Usually you get a hollow or rough description, and then you just sort of listen to it, get a feel for him or her, and start walking.
Walking?
This is a little hard to explain, but Nar Shaddaa's got a flow, a life to it. You see all kinds of aliens and life there, and it's got currents.
No, I understand.
You know your target, you can feel them. Know where they're going to go.
Definitely
And
sounds like the
sometimes
Force.
you know where they're going to be before they do. I'm good at finding people. Because when they're lost or out of place, it's like something's wrong inside them. And that's why I hunt.
Okay,
All right.
something else. Why don't you kill your targets?
I've killed people before, but not if I don't have to.
Well, you don't seem to hold back when you're with me.
I know. It's different. I don't know why.
You okay?
I don't know. I haven't killed anyone for a long time. But when I'm around you, suddenly it's like I've always been doing it. It's like a reflex. I don't like it. And I don't know when or why it became so easy.
Alright, I have some other questions,
ahead,
I
yeah.
guess. Race on Nar Shaddaa. Having your family.
It's what...
Okay, that's all. There isn't any... I must have missed something, I guess.
What's happening in the West Square? It sounded like battle. Command's ordered comm blackout. Do you know what's going on?
Nothing at all, officer. Just minding my own business.
I see. But I could have sworn I heard something in the West Square. Oh, carry on, citizen.
Not all the military is after us. Still, Vaklu can throw a whole army at us. I think we've outworn our welcome over here. We should head over to the spaceport before General Vaklu invents some charges against us. Then we'd be in real trouble.
Okay, so we are going back to Dotson. Alright. Okay, then.
You know what to do. Let's...
Excuse me?
Do it! Get her!
That's another one for me. That's another one for me. That's another one for me.
Where that came from.
Okay, so they've got commoners attacking me.
The diagnostic is doing something strange. Target acquired. What the hell does that mean?
Darn it. Okay. Hey, Klaus. It's Jedi business. Go back to your drinks. Which basically was what was just happening in the cantina, because of course that happens in the cantina. Get into a massive firefight, and everyone's just like, "Oh, okay, never mind. I'm going to drinking." Says, it occurs to me that these graphics remind me of the original Battlefront. Yeah, they came out around the same time. This came out, I think, a year earlier. 2000. Battlefront 1 came out this same year, I think. Either right this year or a year before. It might have been 2001 or 2. Because this came out in 2003. And the development cycle was kind of rushed. So realistically, it still has assets from 2002 from KOTOR. First KOTOR. And Battlefront 2 was 2004, I think. So it was a year after. Was it 2004? Yeah, because it was early. It was right before I got into high school. It was when I was in middle school. Let's see if Mira now can go be a Jedi and stuff. I had some questions.
Shoot.
Ready to tell me why you saved Anhar's life?
Well, as happens on Nar Shaddaa, I made someone mad. Mad enough to
Okay, you already told me
they were
this.
even able to get.
You proved him wrong. Why these mines didn't happen that way? Barely.
That I would. Alright.
Alright, never mind. How do I get to the point where I ask her to tell her I want to train her as a Jedi? Darn it, I want to do this. You were raised on Nar Shaddaa. Why don't you kill your targets? You don't hold back when you're with me, are you okay?
Go ahead.
Okay. What about that rocket launcher? Yeah, I know that. Yeah, I know. Other questions? Hoping we could talk. You understand, men? Here we go.
Sure, very easy. That's why I dress like this. When they're looking down to check you out, you can usually smash them on the base of the skull or deliver an uppercut that knocks them flat.
They make it sound easy.
It's simple. When you want a man, you jab him with a Bothan stunner, then while he's screaming in pain, slap some stun cuffs on him. Then starve him for 2 or 3 days until he becomes open to suggestion, then double check his bounty and see if he's worth anything.
That sounds like hunting.
Call it what you want. Me? I love my targets.
That's all. Never mind. Maybe we should think. Maybe I should think twice about the whole becoming a Jedi thing.
I'm Captain Galisi, Offworlder. If you want to pass here, I'll need to see your starport visa.
Yeah, here you go.
Everything seems in order. You're cleared to go.
Thanks. See ya.
Your visa's been scanned. You're cleared to... I'd leave right away.
I agree. Things are kind of popping off. It might be my fault. At least
The
partially.
shuttle is just ahead. I think we should get out of here fast. It's going to be some time before they forget about us here. No more trips to Isis for us until the situation changes. A lot.
Okay. Well, that sucks. Anything I can buy from Margar here? Alright, what can I buy? Double blade, disruptor, carbine. Now. More gloves? No, that's not good. Consciousness hill. No. Grenades, migration cell, and nah, nothing I need. Nothing I really need. Now let's get out of here, I guess. Let's go. Hey, look, HKs.
Observation. You are eliminating many of us Jedi, but such actions only delay the inevitable. Annoying recitation. Let us proceed to facilitate communications. Recitation. And bring about the termination of hostilities.
Annoying recitation.
Systems failing, master.
These guys are kind of pathetic compared to RHK, and compared to HK-47. Let's go! Yep. Go back to Duxon. I have to say, this era of graphics, the early to mid noughties, is just pretty iconic, really. There's something about it that is just realistic enough to, like, to capture a lot of expression and personality, but while also still being kind of blocky and almost cartoony.
We're back. The shuttle is going to stay docked here until further notice. I'm not ready to part company yet.
Because you had these two.
Like you have a lot of traveling to do. So do I. I'm going with you. The Sith have taken a particular interest in you.
Okay.
You use an extra blaster. I've been meaning to leave Duxon to look for other Mandalorian clans anyway.
But yeah, you've got these two, you've got the Battlefront games, you've got, even in the Star Wars games, you've also got the Rogue Squadron games, which were around then. They were a little bit earlier. I think that was 98? 97, 98? Because I know Rogue Squadron, the first one... No, the second one came out, I think, at the same time as Episode 1. Something like that. Then you also had the Jedi Academy series, the ones with Kyle Katarn. They were those, but they all had very much this style graphics, and they all I think they all, maybe they didn't all, but most of them very prominently featured Jennifer Hale as a voice actress in a bunch of them. What do you want to stop the Sith?
The Sith aren't known for sharing power. If the Jedi Order is destroyed for good, it's inevitable that the Sith will dominate the Republic, and then my people will be eradicated or enslaved. Helping your cause is a matter of necessity. Mandalorians helped Exar Kun during his war. We know firsthand how we'd fare in the service of their like. But that's enough for now. We'll have time to talk later.
The Ebon Hawk is patched up and ready to go. When you're ready to depart, we can ask the guide here to take us back to the ship.
Okay. I will say, with respect to that point, the point of the Mandalorians serving the Sith, fast forward 300 years, and you have the Mandalorians just directly serving the Sith Empire on Roman Kos, which he's right, doesn't go particularly well.
I don't think you'll be able to return to Isis anytime soon. General Vaklu has a great deal of power. Even a Jedi couldn't defeat an entire army alone.
I'm thinking about it. Probably right, though. Let's see. Anything else around here that we ought to do? A workbench. Let's see about this short lightsaber. Viridian. It's crystal. Yeah, I'll keep Viridian. Sapith. Okay. I think I'm actually gonna equip that offhand lightsaber. Yeah. It does mean I need to level up a few more times, get some good feats, but I'll see how this goes. If it works really well, dual wielding for right now, then it'll work really well dual wielding for right now. If it doesn't work at all, then hey, I can always just unequip it. Fine. That'll be fine.
Damn it. Jungle is taking over everything. This place is a mess.
Whining. I love it.
Ready to head back to your ship? Give the word and I'll take you there.
Yeah, let's go.
Follow me.
Get back on board.
I wish to show you something.
Okay, what?
Not with words, but by feeling it. With the Force. Close your eyes. Feel the universe. Strip away the life on board the ship. Someone is creating an echo, a resonance in the Force. Someone is consuming life, using it to feed their hunger. Each dying world creates an echo in the Force, and as the echoes build, it becomes a noise, deafening, destructive. It touches all life in ways that are invisible to see. The darkness, the despair created from such events breeds and grows. Someone is bringing the dark side to the galaxy through destruction. A critical point is approaching, and the wound must be healed.
Really like him.
Nice ship you have here. Where did you get it?
Hard to explain, actually. One thing happened after another, and we ended up with it.
Ah, so it's like that. I guess it would be better if less questions were asked about it then. Now, is there something else you needed?
Can you do anything to help out?
I am Mandalore, leader of the Mandalorians. I will help you fight your battles and plan your strategy. But I will not be your errand boy. Find some other lackey to do your bidding. Now, is there something else you needed?
Okay, that's fair. What's your take on the Republic?
The Republic is a stagnant beast that had been killing its people for years before the wars began. Were it not for Revan's strength, the Republic would already be dead.
You seem awfully complimentary of Revan, considering he almost destroyed your people.
Only Revan was worthy of our respect. We swept through the Outer Rim without any opposition until Revan assumed command of the Republic forces. Only then did the battle turn. But as you know, only a handful of Jedi fought, while the others cowered in their halls, afraid to meet us head-on.
It wasn't fear that kept the Jedi from fighting.
I'm sure there were good reasons. I'm not accusing you of being a coward. You commanded the Republic fleet that destroyed ours. You were a worthy opponent. Now, is there something else you needed?
Can you tell me about the Mandalorians?
The Republic thinks my people are dead, scattered. They are wrong. You should have destroyed us when you had the chance. As long as one Mandalorian lives, we will survive. Our honor, fortunes, and lives revolve around battle. From our earliest history, this has been our way, as it will be always.
The way? Maybe? I wonder if, I have to wonder if, Filoni and Favreau took some inspiration for the Mandalorian from here. Andorus, and from some of the stuff from these games. I almost hope so. There's elements there, maybe. I don't know. It's hard to say. Really hard to say. Because there are massive discontinuities as well. So, I don't know. Can you tell me more of Mandalorian history?
Our history and our ways are something we shield from outsiders. Only on the battlefield can you truly learn of someone.
My life's revolved around the same things.
Which is one of the reasons I travel.
Maybe unfortunately.
It pleases me that you recognize the truth. The Mandalorian clans will be united. Then we will take back our place in the galaxy. But we live in times of action, and I've said enough for now. We can speak of this again later. Now, was there something else you needed?
No, that's all. Alright, let's see if we can train Mira.
Yeah, something wrong?
I have some questions I want to answer.
Alright.
You seem restless.
It's all this traveling. Being trapped in the ship.
I've already asked her this, but I've gained more influence and maybe I can actually...
Everything's just too quiet.
Too quiet?
I'd rather be doing something. Somewhere with people, activity, some life.
Like Nar Shaddaa?
Yeah. It's been a while since I've been off planet. Guess I got used to it.
Used to Nar Shaddaa, is that possible?
Well, Nar Shaddaa may be one of the biggest cesspits in the galaxy, but it's got a life to it. Activity. Aliens, people, refugees. It's like noise, but relaxing. like the hum of a hyperdrive.
Here we go. Gray showed me how to listen to Nar Shaddaa once, how all life there was connected, is bound to each other.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't go that far. I'll believe it when I see it.
Maybe one day I'll be able to show you.
Maybe one day, I'll let you.
Come with me. Let me show you what Gray showed me.
Alright, but I doubt you're gonna show me anything I don't already know. And when you show me, don't act like a tourist. It attracts predators.
Ah, that's actually quite funny. That's very true. I guess a decade ago or so, I was in a study abroad program in London, and beforehand they gave us all the stock reminders. 'Cause, yeah, at the time London wasn't nearly as dangerous as it is now, but it was still at the time the pickpocketing capital of the world, literally. So they gave us a lot of lessons on don't act like a tourist. And I went further, and I chatted with some friends of mine who were from London, some old neighbors, and basically I got some advice between everybody of things like don't wear obviously American logo stuff, don't wear stuff with the school logo, because that'll point you out as a tourist. Londoners wear dark earth tones and mostly black, and that's a London thing, and when I was there it was 100% true. And so I was wearing earth tone shirts and a black trench coat, and some of the mostly girls in our tour group, in our study abroad group, when we were out doing touristy things, wearing bright green, bright pink, bright blue University of South Florida logo sweatshirts, stopping to take pictures in the middle of the street. I'm just like, oh my god, guys, please, no, don't do that. Oh gosh, one of them almost got hit by a car at one point. So that was it was fine. It was fine, but it was a fairly close call. That's all. Never mind. That means I have to go back to Nar Shaddaa with her. Ah, okay, fine. I'm gonna have to do that next time because it's midnight, and that means it's time to stop. Let me go talk to Bowder first, see what he's up to, see if there's anything new over there.
Yes, General?
Never mind. Yes, no. We can go talk to the Disciple, see if there's anything new there.
Yes? Is something wrong?
Hi, Angel. Come here. Come here. Come here. Yeah. Come here. Guys, hold on. I'm about to catch her. Come here, Angel. Come here, Angel. Angel. Might not be about to catch her. I'm not sure, but I'm gonna try. Angel. No? Okay, fine. She's down there. She's hovering very slightly outside my reach. Now she's looking at the microphone. She's looking at you guys. I have some questions.
That is hardly surprising. What do you wish to know?
Never mind. Okay. That's all. I guess I'll call it there. And next time, we'll do whatever else we gotta do on Duxon and then Onderon. And at some point, we'll go to... Let me see if I can just zoop on back to Nar Shaddaa. I can zoop on back to Nar Shaddaa. Oh, there's a momentary cattail in the frame. She's right there. She's staring at her tail. She heard you. Typing. Oh. She just attacked her tail. Unsuccessfully, I might add. It got away. Anyway, all right. That's all I got time for. That's all I got time for tonight. So, thanks, Scoot. Moved a little. There's microphones in the frame, cat. Never mind. She won't get in the frame. She's not gonna do it. She knows I'm trying to. She knows I'm trying to get her. She's not gonna let me. Anyway, that's all the time I've got for tonight. So thank you all again, one more time, for joining me I have had a wonderful time. I always love playing Star Wars games. I always love Knights of the Old Republic, the whole series. And this is a... There she is. Okay. This is a favorite planet of mine, really. There she is. Let's leave off with Angel here. Angel. I always love this planet. It's always fun. It's always a good time. I always enjoy it. And I always enjoy playing with you guys. So, thank you all one more time for joining me tonight. Like I said, that's all we have time for. Join me again on Thursday as we continue playing and discussing Kingdom Come Deliverance. And then, once again, next Monday, when we're right back here as we continue Knights of the Old Republic. So, with that, I will wish you all a wonderful evening. And remember, don't be safe, be well, and more importantly, be good. Good night, everyone.